Hi, everyone. My name is Rosalie Richardson, and I have a little girl. Her name is Eve, and she has Rett Syndrome. She's 4 years old, and she's non-mobile, non-verbal. And so we're always looking for different things for Eve to help therapeutically. And one day I was just on Instagram, and a ad for Trexo came up. And so I kind of started watching it a little bit more and following and just looking at it and thinking like, oh, we need to get this for Eve. And obviously I looked at the price and was a little bit like, oh boy, can we do this? But it just felt like something we needed to do. So we just decided to jump in and go for it. And it took us 8 months to get our Trexo initially. So that kind of gave us some time to get our funds in order and apply to some different foundations. Love for Lewiston was very generous with us and paid for almost our entire first year. So it's been one of those things where it's just all worked out and we're so thankful. Eve really enjoys being in her truck. So she initially, Eve sometimes gets really excited about things, and sometimes Eve can just be very like kind of withdrawn and inward. And so I think when she first started, she just kind of was taking it all in. And we just started off with air walking, and she did that for kind of the first 8 months until we just got a treadmill. We live very rurally, lots of grass, lots of gravel. And so walking outside isn't exactly an option, and also very cold being in Canada. We live in Alberta, it's -40 a lot. So she did lots of air walking, but that actually worked really well for her. I think it got her just kind of used to that pattern and used to the feeling. And we were seeing improvements like pretty quickly where she all of a sudden was able to, with my help, kind of go into a standing position and hold herself up, hold her trunk up. And you could just see that. I think you guys have posted a couple of videos of her where you can see the difference between her initially kind of after the first 3 or 4 weeks, and then later on, and just the difference in like how stable she is in her standing, and she less compensating. She's just able to stand more firmly. So we've definitely seen big improvements in her just core strength, in her eating, and just her, even her interactions. We are really thankful to know that it's like helping with her hips. It's getting pressure through her hips. It's so to help give her hips the sockets like a good chance to form properly. And what else have we seen? We've seen her her head control improve, her sitting improve. We know that we're helping her with like prevention of scoliosis. That's a big thing with Rett syndrome is scoliosis. So getting her trunk up and going and pressure up through her spine, right up to her head. All those things are just so good for her. So yeah, those are some of the things that we've noticed. But I would just say like for anyone who is considering it, like Trexo tries to make it as doable as possible with the cost and as friendly as possible for families. And we have zero regrets about getting our Trexo. Like every day I look at that thing and like just feel so thankful that we have it. And so thankful that we just took the leap of faith to do it. And we know that even if Eve never walks fully independently, it's still improving her quality of life hugely. It's still giving her so many things that she wouldn't be able to do otherwise. Our physiotherapist was watching her in it the other day. That was the first time she had seen her weight bearing on the treadmill, and she just couldn't get over how they could never simulate that in any other way. Like that is just something that's just so new and beyond anything that they've ever seen in the physiotherapy world. And so yeah, we just feel so fortunate to have it. We're so thankful for the Trexo team. They're so quick to respond and help. And I can send a message to Mark, and in 5 minutes I have okay, this is what you need to do to fix your issue. And even if we needed different foot plates, things are shipped to us overnight really quickly. Like the team at Trexo just seems to do a really good job in customer service and helping us out. And yeah, so we're just so grateful we have it, and we are excited to see kind of where it goes with Eve long term.